Commander?
Lieutenant? Tell me, how's it looking?
Well, sir, we scouted another beacon. Hoping this is the one.
You know I hope so too. Gather up the men. Delia too.
I'm sorry, Commander, but who?
Delia, Lieutenant. Surprised you haven't met her yet. We actually bumped into her in our last mission over on planet C-132. She's apparently on a hunt for Saren too, so we're kind of the perfect crew for her.
I see. Well, new crew members are always exciting.
Indeed they are, Lieutenant. Indeed they are.
Who's Delia?
Cut! Drucker, what the fuck, man? You're supposed to clean up and not yell at the camera. We're recording right now.
I was just asking a simple question. Who's Delia?
Delia is a character in the movie. It's really not that hard to understand. You didn't ask about who we are.
I know who the hell you two are, but I mean, who's Delia? Like, who will be the woman?
If I'm being completely honest with you, I have not casted Delia yet. It's just, we haven't found the right match yet.
Let me guess, you don't know any women.
Excuse me?
You heard me. You don't know women.
Hold on a sec. I'm not going to take that from you. I know a lot of women that would like to start a movie with no pay. There's going to be plenty. I have a list of contacts, numbers, emails, social security number. I know people.
Alright, okay.
What?
Oh, nothing.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
You don't know anybody?
Watch. By next week, we're going to have Delia casted. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
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 Okay. Now, if you excuse me, if you excuse us, we need to get back to filming. So, shh. Anyway, Kylo, let's take it from the fucking top, bro.
I'm back at the backlog. Been gone for way too long. I'm back at the backlog. Got so many games to play, dog. I'm back at the backlog. Donkey Kong expands my dog. I'm back at the backlog. Me and Kylo been fucking since dawn. I'm back at the backlog. Did you know, yeah, Kylo wears thongs? I'm back at the backlog. I really fucking hate this song. Yeah.
Don't try it.
What is up, guys? It is Robert of Gaming with me, and welcome to Back of the Backlog, the series where we take a look at the games that I recently beat off my backlog. Today's episode is on the game Mass Effect from the Legendary Edition. My history with the Mass Effect series is essentially non-existent. I bought this Mass Effect trilogy set for PC in 2017. It's a series that I very much wanted to play. The Mass Effect trilogy is widely considered to be one of gaming's best trilogies ever. A trilogy of story-driven third-person shooters set in space sounded very compelling to me. So compelling to me that I didn't play it for another 5 years afterwards. Although it was admittedly perfect timing because just last year in 2021, EA released the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is the trilogy remastered for modern consoles. So that's the version we'll be looking at today. Mass Effect was released on November 20th, 2007 for the Xbox 360 in the US. It was developed by BioWare and published by Microsoft Game Studios, with Electronic Arts publishing on later platforms. Yeah, Mass Effect was an Xbox 360 exclusive until it released on PC in 2008, but it wouldn't actually launch on PlayStation 3 until 2012, which I had no clue about. We are playing this remastered version like I said, but for Xbox Series X, which is a first for Back of the Backlog, if I may add. Also, what are the odds of two 2007 holiday games being played back to back, with the last episode being Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles, and now Mass Effect? What's next? Django World Tour? Yes, I own this. Yes, I only bought this a few weeks ago. No, it's not for Back of the Backlog. Is this first installment any good? Well, here we are 15 years after its original release. Let's talk about it. let's talk about the story first. Or really quick, the main menu first. Every single time I booted up Mass Effect, I sat on the main menu for a good 3 to 5 minutes, soaking in that amazing title screen music. It creates an amazing atmosphere and prepares you for the journey ahead. The year is 2183. Commander Shepard is sent to the planet Eden Prime, where he and his companion Kaidan are to recover a Prothean beacon. Protheans are an alien species that vanished 50,000 years ago, but their technology lives on. All major creations were used with Prothean technology. Along with the two is the Turian Nihilus, who is there to oversee Shepard to hopefully have him become a Spectre. Spectres are agents that are allowed major authority to protect the galaxy and complete missions by any means necessary, including things that could be considered breaking laws. It's a massive rank and one that is not given lightly at all, and as of then, the Citadel Council, who chooses these Spectres, have yet to pick a human as one. To have a human as a Spectre can truly impact how other races view humans, because as of right now, humans still have a lot to prove. On Eden Prime, Nihilus goes ahead of the two and runs into another Turian Spectre named Saren. Nihilus relaxes as he knows Saren, and with all his guard down, Saren kills Nihilus. Shepard finds Nihilus dead and finds out how Saren killed him from a local dock worker. They eventually get to the beacon, which Saren managed to activate before escaping, and Shepard sees a vision of war and death. Saren has gone rogue. Shepard sees war, and it's time to hunt down Saren for what he's done and find out why he's done it. That's a pretty big intro, and really there's so much more to dive into, but the story is so huge that it makes no sense to retell it to you, but since this game is very story focused, I'll be bringing up different plot points throughout the episode. What a great intro though. There's a hook right away, a mystery right away, and a conflict right away with the Citadel Council. Saren is a top Spectre, so the Council needs some major evidence to prove that Saren was behind Nihilus' death, which Shepard just does not have at all. It's a perfectly crafted, interesting intro. I immediately wanted to take Saren down and stop him from roaming free, knowing what he did to Nihilus, and find out what he is even doing. Right off the bat, visually this game is great. It's the remastered version, so there's lots of beautiful new visual effects that bring the space world to new heights. The planets, the characters, the atmosphere, it's all fantastic and fully immersed me into this universe. While the characters aren't as realistic as newer games, which isn't a bad thing mind you, they all still look great and unique from one another. You can customize your Commander Shepard, but I just couldn't. This character look is too iconic in my opinion. It's like changing Link's face in The Legend of Zelda. I just can't. Also, Shepard's face is based on a real guy named Mark Vanderloo. It's actually incredibly accurate. There are a ton of video game characters that have real face models, especially in the past decade. Always really interesting to see the real person and compare how close it is. The fact they did that in 2007 with that level of detail is super impressive.
You know, I'm in a video game.
Oh, I know.
I think they did a pretty good job recreating me.
I wish some developer would recreate me.
Hey man, never give up hope. You never know. Maybe one goddamn day.
I will forever keep the hope alive.
The way Mass Effect works is you'll be hopping from planet to planet, completing missions by interacting with characters and shooting a lot of enemies. There's a lot to the shooting and the interacting, but that's the very basic idea of what you'll be doing. There's a lot of character interactions in this game, and it's all really interesting. Every character is voice acted and it's done really well. You can't have good voice acting without a good script, and the script is good. The dialogue is interesting. You could be talking to super minor characters for a decent amount of time because there's just a lot of dialogue choices to check out. Over the course of the journey, Shepard will have a dialogue tree for many conversations, allowing you to steer the topic around or change up Shepard's attitude. And you could talk to somebody essentially all the time as two AI companions follow and help Shepard. There are several choices to pick from, but my main go-to man was always Rex. Rex is the bounty hunter who ends up tagging along with Shepard, and man, I'm glad. Rex is a Krogan, a species who could have a video dedicated to just them. All I gotta say is they have cool designs and a cool backstory. And Rex especially is just a badass dude that you don't want to mess with.
Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Don't try it.
Roaming around the planets with your companions is great, as they'll have unique dialogue for different locations, help you out in shootouts, and even appear in cutscenes, giving their own 2 cents into stuff. Think about it though. There's a ton of dialogue that you miss because you aren't with certain characters at a certain time, and I could totally see myself replaying this game with different companions to hear what they have to say about locations and situations. Not only that, but when going in an elevator, the two companions will talk to each other. These elevators are to mask loading times, but these elevator conversations add something to each character. There's over a half an hour of elevator conversations to be heard with unique ones for every set of character combination. It's absolutely incredible. So much dialogue that most will never hear, but it's there for the detail and the added relationships for these characters. You could talk about SSDs and no loading times all you want, but with care, creativity, and love, even something like loading can become something important. Seeing these creative alien races around the solar system is super cool, and they are all really well designed. They stand out as unique in the sci-fi genre in general, which is big because there are so many alien and space movies, games, TV shows, but this Mass Effect universe feels unique. That's because stepping foot in Mass Effect is stepping into a world of history. There is so much lore in this game, and luckily, you read all about it in the Codex. I'm really happy they included something like this because it tells the history of a ton of cool planets, races, and buildings. Whatever you want to know about, the Codex has you covered. The world of Mass Effect is genuinely fleshed out in a great way, and it's cool to be a part of some current major moments in this history. When exploring the solar system, you could even read descriptions on nearby planets and details that just aren't necessary, but more immersive that they are there.
A lot of the races remind me of my home planet.
I figured that much.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you ever notice that whenever we play a game with aliens in it, it somehow always reminds you of your home planet?
Maybe these developers know more than they act like they do.
Or you just make up shit on the fly.
I will never.
As for the shooting side of things, it's a lot of fun. Controls are nice and tight, especially in aiming. There's a ton of weapons you'll collect, but all fall in certain typical weapon categories like assault rifles, pistols, snipers, and shotguns. My go-to was always the assault rifle and sniper. You can go first person with sniper rifles, making it easier to take out enemies from a long distance, and there's something always super satisfying taking out enemies with headshots. Compared to a lot of other shooters, the sniper rifle genuinely doesn't have a lot of recoil, even compared to other guns in Mass Effect. And once you start upgrading your weapons, the sniper rifle can be quick at firing for some awesome kills. However, easily the best upgraded weapons are the assault rifles. There's a pretty big jump in damage you'll eventually get, making enemies drop quicker than I was expecting. There's a lot more recoil, but shooting a few shots at a time pretty much made the assault rifle the deadliest weapon I used. Because of the great gunplay controls, it made the overall gameplay loop really fun to play. While out in combat, you could also direct your AI companions to go to certain places, take cover in certain areas, but honestly, I never really used it. I never found a location where I wasn't fine with my companions just doing their own thing. There's also times where you'll be driving this vehicle around. This is usually when the planet's required to travel these long distances with not a lot going on, so it makes a good excuse to give the player a chance to drive a space vehicle. I still enjoy these moments, but the controls are kind of wonky. You can end enemy life in a second with the vehicle's weapons, but man, I can barely drive straight with it. Completing objectives, killing enemies will give you XP and eventually level your characters up. Leveling up in Mass Effect is simple and straight to the point, which I like. There's not a giant skill tree that so many games nowadays have. Not that skill trees are bad, but there's something very refreshing about simplicity. You can add points to different skill sets, and really it just allows more damage when using a specific gun, giving characters more health, or allowing for more dialogue options. It's clean, and I really appreciate that. I really love the overall adventure of this game. The hunt for Saren is exciting. Every planet you explore is different, with each having their own self-contained stories and characters there. It's awesome seeing what you'll be doing, what trouble you and your crew may get in, and it all brings you one step closer to Saren. I'm now going to talk about the final few missions in this game just to let you know. One of the final missions has you blow up Saren's base. It's not the literal final mission, but it's a pretty major one. One that has major consequences for, I'm assuming, even the next two games. The biggest for me personally was dealing with Rex. Saren apparently found a cure to genophage, a biological weapon that infected the Krogan with a mutation that lowers the chance of successful pregnancies. This has made the Krogan a dying species, and the fact that Saren apparently found a cure makes Rex want to stop the attack on the base. Shepard and Rex get into an argument that gets really intense with guns at each other's faces. Rex wants Shepard to help him find that cure and not blow up the base, but Shepard argues that it's just not that easy. There's a whole army beyond Shepard's control. This is where having enough charm or intimidation skills drastically changes the outcome of a situation. I maxed out both charm and intimidation by this point, but not too long before. But without those skills, the only option is to kill Rex, which is just not an option for me. I can't kill the best man in space. I had no clue this was going to happen, so I'm so damn glad that I maxed out those skills before. And when I mean before, I mean I really only maxed out those skills the mission before. Luckily, the charm option convinces Rex that the Krogan there aren't his people and are just slaves to Saren, and how he is using this supposed cure to make the Krogan his puppets. Then Rex puts down his gun and tells Shepard,
All right, Shepard. You've made your point. I don't like this, but I trust you enough to follow your lead. Just one thing. When we find Saren, I want his head.
I let out a sigh of relief because, man, I really like Rex. Dude is the best, and I really want to see him in Mass Effect 2 and 3 if I can. I love how that alone shows how important upgrading your dialogue skills can be.
Unfortunately, I had to kill Rex.
Damn. How was that?
Brutal. I cried for 5 days straight. Thinking about it now makes me sad.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We learned some big things in this area, including a lot more of the Reapers. The Reapers are the true villains of this story. Saren may be the villain now, but the overall main villain are these Reapers. We don't learn everything about the Reapers, but we learn that Reapers are an incredibly advanced race of starships who come out once every 50,000 years to wipe out all organic living creatures. This is how the Protheans were mysteriously wiped from existence. Reapers are the creators of the Citadel, and they claim to have no beginning or end. They are just infinite. Saren believes the only way to survive is to join the Reapers, and you could tell he does genuinely feel that way, even trying to convince Shepard that this is the only choice that they have to keep life alive. Shepard tells Saren he's being manipulated, and living under the Reapers would mean just becoming slaves. I absolutely loved hearing about this much bigger threat in the debate with Saren. However, Saren doesn't budge and a shootout ensues. Saren escapes, and at this point you are given a big choice. With the base soon to blow up, you can only save one out of two companions to help out and take with you, Kaidan or Ashley. I'm sure for many people this might have been a difficult pick, but for me, it was easy. I took Kaidan because he's overall a pretty nice guy. I never actually used him as much as Ashley, but in the middle of the game, I found out Ashley is a total racist. So that was a pretty easy call. You taking the nice guy or the racist? I'm taking the nice guy. Ashley would literally talk down to the alien species on board. Man, fuck that. Fuck you, Ashley. You're dead. Bye-bye. That whole area is really epic though, with a really well-designed area to fight in. The actual final mission is really damn awesome too. This is a fantastic ending with the Citadel being attacked. Shepard and the crew come crashing in, and it's time to kick some Saren ass. Sovereign, which we view as Saren's ship, turns out to be an actual Reaper. The highest form of AI is there to attack the Citadel, and Shepard's crew must stop it. You'll be traversing on the outside of the Citadel, seeing some of the most beautifully haunting environments. The inside of this massive Citadel planet essentially, and in the distance, Sovereign in preparation to open up a relay, essentially a portal where all the Reapers will return and attack. It's gorgeously awesome. Eventually you make your way to Saren, and there's a pretty interesting back and forth with Saren and Shepard. This is one last time to try to convince Saren that there is truly another way to this, that you don't have to follow the Reapers. There's one last charm or intimidation option, and if you level them up enough, which I did, you have the option to truly change Saren's mind. Yes, there is no final fight with Saren. Instead, Saren shockingly does this.
Bye, Shepard. Thank you.
Wow. I was not expecting that. Absolutely powerful. convincing Saren that there is another way. Saren's another way is by taking himself out so he doesn't open up the relay. That's brutal. You then have a choice to let the Citadel Council die, save the Council, or target Sovereign no matter what, which really means also letting the Council die. To me, if Sovereign opened up the relay, everything would be fucked, and so with only one chance, I commanded the army in the sky to target Sovereign. There's this incredible looking cutscene with all the ships going straight for Sovereign, and damn, look at how epic this looks. Shepard and crew check on Saren's corpse when all of a sudden Sovereign takes over Saren's dead body and mutates him into a murderous killing machine. Super fucked considering what Saren did to himself, but yes, this is the final battle. A mutated Saren. It's a pretty solid fight where he'll cling himself to walls as you just gotta shoot him until his health bar drains. I kind of feel like most shooters don't have the greatest final bosses, and this is pretty much what I expected. It's still a lot of fun, but it's just another shootout where I hide behind cover and pop out to shoot at the right moments. However, it does commit the biggest sin in gaming, which is, say it with me, bringing other enemies into a boss battle. Yes, that makes this shootout feel like any other shootout, especially because the way Saren moves is very much like another enemy in the game. So yeah, that sucks, but it doesn't really detract from this ending. When you kill Sovereign Saren, the Sovereign ship loses grip and the airships in the sky aim to destroy it. Sovereign blows up, help is given to Shepard and the crew, and Shepard is smiling with accomplishment. With the Council dead, the Alliance, which is the human race, takes the lead to rebuild. Shepard elects a chairman, which I chose Captain Anderson, easily the nicer choice to me. Then Shepard says how Reapers are still coming and he's gonna find a way to stop them. Captain Anderson delivers a motivational monologue. Then there's an awkward zoom in on Shepard. Their ship is flying in space, and then the credits roll. It's a really great ending and a great closure to the start of a trilogy. I'm super looking forward to the battle with the Reapers. That was Mass Effect. What a goddamn great game. I loved playing this game. From its incredible world building to its fun gameplay loop, Mass Effect is one that will stick with me for quite a while. There is so much you could talk about with this game, but at some point, you just gotta wrap it up. Overall, I'm gonna give Mass Effect a... Wait! I forgot about the space sex! Out of 10. Yeah, I failed you all. I know that you could romance characters, but I just didn't do that. I was way too hooked to the hunt for Saren that I just kind of forgot about doing that. But other than curiosity, I have no desire to actually romance any of these women characters. None of them tickled my fancy. But if I could have sex with Rex, then I'm gonna try to do that in the next game. After all, it's about building your relationship, your bond over the course of 3 games. So if I can have sex with Rex, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. Grab that motherfucker. Anyway, I'm looking forward to playing Mass Effect 2. When? Who knows? That'll be it for today though. Thank you so much for watching. Share these around as they take so long to make. Have you played Mass Effect? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time. Mass Effect was an incredible start of a trilogy, but it is officially out of the backlog. Thank you so much for giving me the part of the liar. Yeah, I'm delighted. So how come Finn doesn't do this? I feel like he'd love this. He wanted to, but have you seen his skin? He was gonna cause way more problems than we already have.
Yeah, I'm a little bit just too green.
And what about all the women that you said you were gonna audition? Let's just say they were all busy. I thought there was this one part where we are gonna be kissing. Yeah, there was. Obviously, since you're playing Delay, I changed a decent amount in the script, to be honest with you now. What? Why'd you change it? Because I'm not kissing you. I'm just being honest, being straight up honest. So you just changed the script like that? Yes, it's our movie. We just updated the script a little bit, changed a little tweaks, and boom, we don't kiss anymore. It's just friendly gestures. Oh, that's just ridiculous. It's alright, the movie lives on, it's not a big deal. Where's the path in the movie making? We gotta kiss. No, we're not having any romance scene between me and you. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. Just being honest, it's not happening. Then I'm not doing this. You're serious, aren't you? I'm very serious. Look, how about you like kiss me on the cheek or something? Like I'm not. No, I'm not. It's our script. We could do whatever we want, you know? We don't need to have any romance between it. It doesn't have to be that. It's okay. But that was Delia. See what your love interest. There was a character development throughout the whole story. It worked out in the end. It made me cry, the script. I know it did. Delia was a very cool character. Keyword is was. But admittedly, we couldn't get a good actor for it, so we're having you, and I'm not having you, make out with me and have some building romance between me and you. I'm sorry, but it's not a love interest anymore. It's not happening. You're gonna be a side character, bro. I'm just being honest. You're a side character now. It's okay, we wrote it as that. It's fine. No, I refuse. We fuck or nothing. Alright, see, now you made that up. That was not in the script. It should be. It's Mass Effect. Get that crowd math wrecked. I give up, guys. Movie's canceled. I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. We're gonna have so many problems. This thing's never gonna get done. Wow, just because I want to kiss you? What the fuck?
Honestly, it's for the best.
Yeah, had some fun, but just gonna be too many problems. We need some more people, not just us four.
This was my rise to fame. It really wasn't, Drucker, but I'm sorry if you feel that way anyway. What's the next game we're playing? You know, maybe we make a movie on that. I doubt it, but... Alright, I'm disappointed.
It's that, prequel one.
That's right, you're talking about... this.